Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum also working out according to my primary expectation finally. We finally, for the first time here since the low of the 12th of May, have seen confirmation of the breakout of this triangle, which is just amazing. Yeah, this is finally working out. And why is it amazing? Why is this guy so crazy and is happy about lower prices? Well, told you before that I believe there will be a lower low. There has to be a lower low, or that doesn't necessarily has to be one, but based on the longer time frame Elliott Wave count, the correction requirements have been complete. That means at any time Ethereum could be moving up, but the short time frame Elliott Wave count, where we see this here as a wave 3, the low of the 12th of May, then this peak here as a wave 4 suggests that there will be another wave 5 coming, and that then afterwards every low could be the last one. So the amazing thing now is that we have made this lower low, and that at any point in time, really now also based on the shorter time frame Elliott Wave count, the low could be in. Yeah, it doesn't technically need to go any lower. It could now have the low in at any point in time, but what we want to see is a completion of this 5-wave move down now, because the wave 5 itself consists of 5 waves. I have highlighted here my target area, which is located between $1,200 and $1,500, and that is where I would expect that the low will be in. Yeah. Highlighted here a support line along the way. The next target is $1,548, which I explained in the last video where that comes from. But overall, this is looking good so far. I'm going to make a small change to this overall count. And this doesn't change at all the scenario here, but it makes a little bit more sense. And also, because I had a question from someone, why did Ethereum move so much more than Bitcoin yesterday? And two things to consider here. One thing is that each coin moves in its own waves. So no, they are not all following Bitcoin. They are all moving in their own waves. If they were all following Bitcoin, then we wouldn't have seen Ethereum move much more down yesterday than, for example, Bitcoin. We wouldn't have Cardano doing much better than Bitcoin at the moment. We wouldn't have Solana move down much more than other cryptos in the last few weeks. So no, they are not all following Bitcoin. Of course, there are correlations, but you have correlations with all stocks and shares, for example, all tech stocks as well, that are correlated, for example, with the Nasdaq in some way, even though they are driving the Nasdaq. But same picture here. You have correlations with Bitcoin, but they are still all moving in their own waves. You can't analyze just Bitcoin and then you know them all. No, you have to analyze each coin individually, because they all move in their own waves. And that is one point. The other point is, why did Ethereum really move down stronger than other cryptos yesterday? And the reason for that is, I think, that we have seen here, and I thought about this, what could the wave count explain this? And I think, yes, it could. And the reason is that this last bit here that we've seen on the chart, actually, I would like to count this as a triangle in itself, so that the wave E consists of a triangle in itself. I can't remember, maybe I mentioned it in previous Ethereum videos, but if you see that, if you really see this wave E of the wave E, no, the triangle of the wave E, or if you see the wave E itself as a triangle, which doesn't happen often, but it happens from time to time. If you have a triangle here and you have a breakout, then there is usually some power behind it. And especially if you just disregard Elliott Wave completely, and you say, all right, I use a target here for the breakout of the height of the triangle, which is what many people do in terms of technical analysis. You use a target area for the breakout of a triangle, and you take the height of the triangle for that, and then we moved down and we exactly hit the target that you would have received here for the breakout. Okay, so this is the target of the breakout. Therefore, we had some power behind it, and therefore it moved quite strongly. And therefore, I also suggest that this here was then the wave 4 high. This was where the wave 4 actually peaked. This was at, move the invalidation point down, this was at $1,804, which would mean that, yeah, or even, let me just make it a bit larger. No, that's fine. Yeah, that this is where we would expect the high of the wave E, probably to be more accurate. Yeah, no, $1,804. This is also where the invalidation point would be. That is, if we get price action above that level, we probably need to recount this whole thing. But at the moment, for now, as long as the price stays below $1,804, we are proceeding our thought that we are going to go down lower from here. To be honest, price long-term and now even short-term price forecast has been absolutely accurate, because we did that breakout to the downside here, and now we just need to follow it and see how long this move down is going. And for that, I have given you my price forecast here in the yellow target area between $1,200 and $1,500. I pretty much think maybe we end here somewhere in the 1400 to 1500 range. We'll see how that goes. But overall, yeah. So this move down could now be a wave 1. Yeah, an overall wave 1. So within the wave 5 in green, this might just be the wave 1, which suggests we might now be here currently in a wave 2, or see the wave 2 unfolding. There's no evidence yet that the wave 1 is complete. So if we put that on the chart here, just to show you what I mean, that from up here we came down in a wave 1. Yeah, we now would wait for a wave 2 retracement. We haven't really seen one, which suggests really a lot of weakness in the chart. Then wave 3 down, wave 4 up, wave 5 down, and that should be the last move down of this correction. There's a good chance this is the case, which is really good news, I think, for all of us. I think it means that somewhere here the overall correction for Ethereum should be over, and that's where we are, and that's what we're waiting for. I think we all want that overall correction to be finished, and there is now really a realistic chance. So why am I quite confident that we're going to go down lower from here? Well, we had indications before that we were starting an impulse down here to the downside, but now we have a finished triangle that we can count, and we didn't really have that before. And what is so important is that the wave B was broken. So when the wave B is broken, then we can count all of this here as the breaking of the triangle. Yeah, that basically invalidates the triangle, that confirms the triangle is broken. Of course, there could always be an extension of the triangle, which would be a massive extension of the triangle, and we go back up again. That would happen above the invalidation point. But as long as we are below $1,803, we can, with a very high likelihood, expect that we go down lower from here. Ideally after a wave 2 retracement, so we should see a bit more upside here, maybe to $1,700, and even that wouldn't be a lot, to retest that at least before we come down lower. But if we zoom in, I mean, the chart looks really weak. You come down here very strongly, and all we're doing here is basically just forming something like a bearish pennant, bear flag, yeah, just a triangle in itself again, from which we could really move down lower again. I mean, it looks really weak, to be honest, but this could be, I'm very honest with you, in this move down, maybe that could just be a wave 4 of the first wave down, yeah, because again, it's a triangle, but this is really micro counting, so we'll need to see how this is happening. But yeah, the breakout to the downside did occur, and we're following my primary expectation, so I'm going to keep you updated over the weekend. Ideally, I would expect a little bit further upside in the retest of the $1,700 level before we come down lower. But yeah, for me, the message has been the low is not yet in, even though there's a slight chance it is. But my view was there is no evidence, there was no confirmation that the low was in, and therefore primary expectation remained to go lower. And you can see it now as evidence on the chart, and we're just gonna expect further downside from here. Okay, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching.